The black market for human organs is a chilling reality. It thrives in the shadows, exploiting the desperate and vulnerable. The World Health Organization estimates that over 10,000 illegal organ transplants occur annually. This illicit trade generates billions of dollars, preying on the sick and impoverished. It's a global crisis demanding urgent attention. Behind the sterile walls of clandestine operating rooms, a gruesome trade unfolds. Desperate patients facing organ failure are lured by the promise of a life-saving transplant. They may be unaware of the dark source of their new organ. The reality is that these organs often come from unwilling victims, trapped in a web of exploitation. The organ trade is a stark reminder of the inequalities that plague our world. It highlights the desperation of those seeking a second chance at life. It also exposes the moral bankruptcy of those who profit from human suffering. This is the dark world of organ trafficking. It's a world where hope and despair collide in the most horrific way. Organ trafficking is driven by a potent mix of supply and demand. On one side, there's a global shortage of legally donated organs. Patients face excruciatingly long waiting lists, their hopes dwindling with each passing day. This desperation creates a lucrative market for traffickers ready to exploit the vulnerable for profit. On the other side of this equation lies poverty. In impoverished communities around the world, desperate individuals are enticed to sell their organs. They are lured by the promise of large sums of money, often far more than they could ever earn through legitimate means. Traffickers prey on their desperation, painting a false picture of a quick and easy solution to their financial woes. The reality, however, is far more grim. Victims often receive a fraction of the promised payment. They are left with lasting physical and psychological scars. The money, if it comes at all, is quickly spent. The cycle of poverty continues, fueled by the exploitation of the most vulnerable. The victims of organ trafficking are often the most vulnerable members of society. They are the impoverished, the marginalized, and the desperate. Lured by false promises, they are drawn into a world of exploitation and abuse. Many are unaware of the risks involved or the long-term consequences of selling an organ. Take the story of Anya, a young woman from Eastern Europe. Struggling to support her family, she was approached by an organ broker who promised her a significant sum of money in exchange for one of her kidneys. Desperate to provide for her loved ones, Anya agreed. She was taken to a clandestine clinic in a neighboring country. The surgery was crude and unsanitary. Anya received a fraction of the promised payment and was left with debilitating pain and a lifetime of medical complications. Her story is not unique. Countless others have been exploited by this ruthless trade. These victims are often treated as mere commodities, their lives and well-being disregarded in the pursuit of profit. They are left with physical and emotional scars, their lives forever altered by this traumatic experience. The journey from coercion to transplantation is a harrowing one. Victims are often deceived or forced into giving up their organs. These organs are then transported through a complex network, eventually finding their way to recipients who may be unaware of the dark origins. It's a grim process that highlights the depths of human exploitation. Combating organ trafficking requires a multifaceted approach. Governments, NGOs and international bodies must work together to enforce stricter laws and provide support for victims. Public awareness campaigns are crucial in educating people about the dangers and signs of organ trafficking. Only through collective effort can we hope to make a significant impact. Now, more than ever, it's essential to take action. Get involved with organizations that are fighting this heinous crime. Advocate for stronger regulations and support measures that protect the vulnerable. Your voice can make a difference. Together, we can put an end to illegal organ trafficking. If you found this information valuable, please like, share and subscribe. By spreading awareness, you help bring this issue to the forefront and support the fight against illegal organ trafficking. Thank you for watching and stay informed.